Let's see here, more blah 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 ad stuff I forgot to mention in the last video for ideas about making adzes. Another thing is, besides having the blade arched, as I mentioned in the last video, is having the back end of the blade as narrow as reasonable. You can see how the front of the blade, the cutting edge, is pretty wide, and the back end really narrows out. And the reason why is to narrow all this down so you can see your work as you're adzing, and then have even more wiggle room in a tight space. Like you can see, if this adze tries to fit in this tight triangular sculpture space here, the blade can kind of fit up in there pretty far and still cut. But if it was real wide in the back, then that would inhibit the blade from reaching in there. So it just allows a little bit more wiggle room in the geometry when you're adzing away. So I don't know if that's helpful. I always try to make them as narrow as reasonable on the back end, just to get a little bit more wiggle room in tight spaces. Anyway, I don't know if that's worth anything, but those are some ideas I had today.